What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K23 Next Gen. Today's video, we are going to be getting back into some historic throwback rebuilds today. The New Jersey Nets, so the pre-Brooklyn Nets era, and this is a really fun team. So we're not at the point yet where Vince Carter is on this team, but we do have Jason Kidd, one of the best point guards in NBA history. We got Kenyon Martin, we got Richard Jefferson, big-ass bald crew on this team, and I'm super excited for this one today, a goal obviously being getting the New Jersey Nets their first ever championship. I've been enjoying the historic rebuilds a lot, and I know you guys have been as well, so if you want me to continue doing them, let me know which teams down below in the comment section. Of course, if you guys are new around here, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We would love to have you, and finally, this is just a note. It has nothing to do with the video. I feel like and sound like and look like absolute shit, so I apologize. I'm a little under the weather, so I'm trying to get a little bit better, but if I sound like ass for whatever reason, you know why. Let's hop in. So we are about to kick off the start of the 2002-2003 season. This team obviously is pretty decent. We're not the best team in the league, but we are pretty good. As I mentioned, led by Jason Kidd, one of the best point guards in NBA history. He's 29 years old, only on a one-year deal. So he's definitely going to be somebody we want to pay this offseason, want to get him locked up. Best player, we don't want him going anywhere. This is also the LeBron James draft class. Now, is it really possible for me to get one of those top guys at this draft class? You know, guys like Dwayne Wade or Carmelo Anthony or Chris Bosh. Is that possible? I guess only time will tell. We do have Kenyon Martin on this team as well on a pretty good, pretty cheap deal, I will say. Obviously, the contracts look a lot different back then than they do today. We got Richard Jefferson. We got Kerry Kittles. We got old Dikembe Mutombo at 36 years old. He is on a pretty big contract, so something we'll definitely have to keep an eye on. We got Jason Collins, Aaron Williams, Rodney Rogers, Brian Scalabrine, the GOAT. We got Billy Brown, Rolando Miller, Raymond Marshall, Henry. I don't know who Henry Gibson or Cliff Brown or Billy Teague is. I'm not going to lie to you guys, but this is a pretty fun team. We're not obviously the best of the best, but we're not the worst of the worst, I'd say. That being said, we're probably going to make a couple trades. Let's get into them. So I wasn't really liking any of the trades that I was able to find. I was looking for trade for a backup shooting guard, and there was none available. So Edmund Brown, 75 overall free agent. This is somebody I could definitely commit a couple years to. 25 years old, 6'4". I will take it. Let's give him a 3-year contract. It's a pretty cheap contract. Happily fine by me. Welcome to the team. And honestly, I think the trades at this point, if I am going to find one, maybe for one, a backup point guard. I don't know how you're already pissed and how your overall's already going down, but you know, maybe I throw like Aaron Williams, who's 31 years old, see if I can find some sort of backup point guard, but that would probably be the only thing. We're going to be getting Lindsey Hunter here from the Toronto Raptors. We're going to send Aaron Williams and Cliff Brown over there. Hunter's going to come in, probably be our 10th and final guy in the rotation, and will be our backup point guard behind Jason Kidd. So that's going to be the one and only trade. We obviously made one signing as well that I think is definitely going to help this team. Now we got to set this rotation before we have a pretty good season, hopefully. It is the start of year one here in New Jersey. We made one kind of small trade, one pretty decent free agent signing, and I'm pretty happy with how this team looks. It's Jason Kidd, Kerry Kittles, Richard Jefferson, Kenyon Martin, and 36-year-old Dikembe Mutombo, who's making a whole lot of money at this point. Bench unit, it's going to be Edmund Brown, who we signed in free agency, Jason Collins, Rodney Rogers, Brian Scalabrine, and Lindsey Hunter. Let's see what this team can do. I'll see you guys at the end of year one. The first season in New Jersey is over. Tim Duncan, 29 points, 16 rebound, 5 assists, MVP season. Obviously the greatest power forward in NBA history. We got Yao Ming, Rookie of the Year, tends to win it every single time we do one of these Kobe-era rebuilds. Bobby Jackson, 6th Man of the Year. You got Ben Wallace, Defensive Player of the Year, 19.5 rebounds. Big Z, Drunas Ilgauskas, most improved in those throwback Cavs jerseys. I like him a lot. And Byron Scott, he's our head coach, isn't he? Did we really go 60-22? I guess we did. And yeah, that's going to be good enough for the 1 seed here. Let's take a look at the numbers, see how it was done. Points per game, Jason Kidd with 20 points, 6 rebounds, 11 assists. Awesome. Definitely got to make sure we pay him. Kenyon Martin, Richard Jefferson, Kerry Kittles. Kind of our big four right there. Edmund Brown, Rodney Rogers, Hunters. It goes on and on. Dikembe, not bad, honestly. I mean, he's 36 at this point, 6 points, 8 rebounds. I can live with that. I think we'll probably just want to get a guy who's maybe a little bit younger at that center spot, but as of now, we're kind of fine with it. We are 11 games up on the Toronto Raptors here, so obviously we are a very good team, and the hope is that we can maybe kind of work out a finals win this year. That'd be cool. We got the New York Knicks here in round 1. Charlie Ward, Allen Houston, Latrell Sprewell, Antonio McDyess, and Kurt Thomas. I would say we're definitely better than this team. It's not necessarily one that worries me too much. We are 2-2 with them right now. All right, we go up 3-2, and we close them out in 6. I've done a 76ers rebuild before, and this is what I'm terrified of right here. Mr. Allen Iverson. Rest of this team, it's a pretty decent team, but definitely Allen Iverson is the one guy who scares me. a whole lot on this squad. We're up 2-1 against the Philadelphia 76ers. We go up 3-1, 3-2. Can we close them out? Yes, we do. We're in the Eastern Conference Finals, and we got the Milwaukee Bucks. Sam Cassell, Ray Allen, really good backcourt. You got Michael Redd, Tim Thomas, Irvin Johnson. So a little bit weaker at that center spot. But Tony Kukoc, I can't fucking speak today. Tony Kukoc, or however the hell you pronounce it, and a pretty decent bench. Let's see what happens here against the Milwaukee Bucks. We're down 2-0. We're down 3-0, and we get swept by Ray Allen and company. I don't know if we would have beaten the Spurs anyways. I mean, obviously Tim Duncan and, this Spurs team is a rather impressive one. But nonetheless, not a bad first season. All right, player retirements. Anybody from the New Jersey Nets here? Dikembe goes out. Well, it will save us some money, but I wish he maybe didn't, so I could maybe trade him. I could override it, but I'm gonna let him enjoy retirement. I'm gonna let him enjoy. MJ retires, calls it a career. John Stockton and Scottie Pippen, all Hall of Famers, makes sense. Stockton, MJ, and Pippen all get their jerseys retired. So historic changes. I'm sure you guys all know what this looks like at this point. Kind of just the rebranding and the courts and the jerseys and everything. All right, draft lottery. Who's going to be getting LeBron James? Obviously, a pretty big point right here. And it's going to be the Miami Heat. Wow, can you imagine if LeBron was actually, in Miami to start off? Obviously, this is Dwayne Wade's draft as well, so they probably would have gotten D-Wade. But you know what I'm saying? Pretty cool. Byron Scott just won Coach of the Year, so he's obviously not going to be going anywhere. He coached this team to 60 wins. Rather impressive, in my opinion. I might try to move up. We do have the 28th overall pick. I don't know if we necessarily have the assets to maybe get what we want, but you know what? I might try to work something out. We made a big trade, and I gave up way too much. We got the number 2 overall pick. I tried to get number 1 from the Miami Heat. It just was not happening. And, that was a lot right there. So that was the trade. We gave up Kerry Kittles. He's obviously the focal point of that deal. Obviously, I'm now looking to draft Dwayne Wade, number 2 overall. It would have been fun to get LeBron. That just number 1 overall pick was not happening. I mean, I'll go over to Miami right now that I have the number 2 overall pick, and I'll kind of see if there's any sort of trade they may offer me, but I highly doubt it. So number 1 overall pick, there's nothing. I don't even really have the assets, nor do I really kind of want to mortgage this team. So I'm very much comfortable with Dwayne Wade, obviously a top 2-3 shooting guard in NBA history. And he's number 3. Come on, let's be honest. He's number 3, MJ 1, Kobe 2. You know what I'm saying. Okay, well, Miami wanted Dwayne Wade, and, I have a guy in mind I want too. LeBron James, welcome to the New Jersey Nets. Not a trade that I really thought was going to, not a draft pick that I really thought was going to happen, but, LeBron fell into my lap, and I'm not going to complain about that. He's an 84 overall. They drafted Ronnie Lopez here. Honestly, he's a 69 overall. He's higher than, well, first of all, nice. Second of all, he's higher than some of my other bench pieces. I cannot fucking speak today. Jason Kidd is my number 1 priority right now. I got to get him back. I cannot just let him go. He has 15 contract offers, most real one being from the Utah Jazz. So I'm definitely going to be paying him right now. That's a max contract right there. I'm going to give him a player option, no trade clause, not going anywhere. So please tell me you want to come back, and thankfully he does. All right, Jason Kidd is back. That's obviously huge. We also do have some money here in free agency. I'm thinking I can probably wait a little bit. We got Scalabrine here. I can probably let him go. We have about $13.5 million here in free agency. I'm kind of thinking based off position, we're probably going to be trading Richard Jefferson for either a either a shooting guard or for a center. I don't really want to start Jason Collins. That's not really what I'm going to do right now. So I'm either going to be getting for Richard Jefferson, shooting guard, or a center. Let's see which one of those I can maybe get offered to me. And other than that, maybe we'll sign whichever one we don't get right there. Actually, I'm going to wait on that. And you'll see why I'm going to wait on that in just a second. So let's go ahead and get Jason Kidd back. Some of these offers are kind of coming in right now. There's not really any centers here. Shooting guard wise, like Rip Hamilton's here. There's a couple pretty big offers. I think Rip Hamilton would honestly kind of fit this team well. All right, yeah, let's see. Let's sign Rip Hamilton. Are you going to take that deal? Please tell me. Yeah, we can afford both these guys. All right, both of them are officially on this team. Richard Hamilton is here. He's going to be our new starting shooting guard. And at this point, Richard Jefferson's got to get me a center because, Jason Collins probably just not going to cut it. So if I just straight up put up, Richard Jefferson on the trade finder, what are some centers I'm going to get offered? He's obviously on a pretty cheap contract, so we're probably not going to be getting the best offers. Kurt Thomas, who's a little bit older, but 13-9 honestly isn't that bad. And we get a first-round pick. Ooh, Steve Nash, I just don't need him. Yao Ming, who just won Rookie of the Year. Yeah, you can sign me up for that. Welcome to New Jersey, Yao Ming. Okay, Well, we created a pretty fun team at this point. We definitely need to build up the bench a little bit. Obviously, we're fine at backup center with Collins, and we're fine at backup shooting guard and small forward with Rogers and Brown. So I'm just going to get a backup power forward and a backup point guard. Let's see some options here. Maybe Cherokee Parks, unbelievable name right there. Let's sign him to a small contract on a, I think it was a 2-year deal, and then point guards, maybe like Shamond Williams, Shamond. Mr. Williams here. We're going to sign him. This team's all settled, so you guys at the start of year 2. We had a pretty fun offseason. We ended up with LeBron James at the number 2 overall pick. The Miami Heat wanted Dwayne Wade, and you know what? I'm pretty fine with that. As we got LeBron James, and he is the newest addition to this team. We got Jason Kidd. We re-signed him on a pretty big deal. We signed Richard Hamilton. I was excited to kind of get him here. I didn't really think that we'd have the money to go out and get another big free agent, but, you know, Dikembe Mutombo retiring kind of helped us. LeBron James, we got Kenyon Martin still here, and then they just kind of gave us Yao Ming, and he just won Rookie of the Year, and he was an absolute monster. He's up to an 89 overall, 7'5". Could not be happier to have him here at my starting center spot. We got Jason Collins coming off the bench. It's not often I go with a center as my backup or as my 6th man. I actually might switch that. It actually might just be a little bit easier for me. So, you know what? Edmund Brown, 6th man, followed by Jason Collins, Cherokee Parks, Shamond Williams, and then Rodney Rogers. Let's see what this team can do. I'll see you guys at the end of the second season. MVP award here at the end of year 2 goes to no other than Kobe Bryant. I do want to do a Kobe and Shaq era rebuild. Obviously, this is kind of their era here in my NBA. I know it's obviously not one of the harder ones, though. Kobe wins MVP. We got LeBron winning Rookie of the Year. He's 24.5 points, 6 boards, 7 assists. I mean, come on, Miami. How do you fumble the bag this bad? Jermaine O'Neal, 6th man of the year. Is he in San Antonio? Interesting. AK-47, Defensive Player of the Year. Tony Parker, Most Improved. We went 73-9. Yeah, I'm hoping for a championship this year. I think that would definitely be the icing on the cake right now. Led in scoring by LeBron, then it was Richard Hamilton, Jason Kidd. We got Kenyon Martin, Yao Ming, Brown, Rogers, Parks, Collins, and Williams. Rebound, led by Yao Ming, and assist was Jason Kidd. We'll take a look at the standings real quick, kind of see everything. I mean, obviously we go 73-9. Really not going to be much competition, but you know, the Spurs still scare me. I'm not going to lie to you guys. We got a rematch of last year's first round here against the New York Knicks. They got Charlie Ward, Allen Houston, Shannon Anderson, Antonio McDyess, Kurt Thomas, Quentin Richardson. Pretty good, pretty deep team right there. We're obviously still a whole lot better. You know, you win 73 games, you're really not scared of anybody. So, Milwaukee here in round 2. Sam Cassell, this is obviously the team that beat us last year, so I am a little bit nervous. We actually win game 1. This team definitely does scare me, but I think at this point we're just so much better that it really shouldn't. And we're going to a game 7. We win, thankfully, but that probably should not have gone. I mean, just look at this team. That should not have gone 7 games. Travis Best, Tracy McGrady here, Mike Miller, Brian Grant, Deion Teague. They have Carmelo. You're starting Mike Miller over Carmelo. What in the world? Who is running the show over there in Orlando? We're up 2-1 against the Magic in the Eastern Conference Finals, and we quickly closed them out in 5 games, and I obviously knew the likelihood was that Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, the Admiral, and the rest of the Spurs. I mean, David Robinson's got to be what at this point? Yeah, 38. Just start Jermaine O'Neal. I mean, what are we doing? Let's go game by game with them. They actually take game 1. We win game 2. We're up 2-1 now. 3-1, and can we close them out in 5? Nope. 6? Yes, we do. Jason Kidd, Finals MVP, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 13.5 assists, 2 steals a game. Man shot 70% from 3. Awesome. All right, well, first championship down. Congratulations, New Jersey Nets fans. Player retirements. Please tell me there's really nobody from our team right here because that would hurt us a little bit. Staff retirement. Nope, nobody there. Hall of Fame, Hakeem, David Robinson, and a pedophile. Jersey retirements, David Robinson, and historic changes. You guys can look at the rebranding if you want. Nope, not yet for us here in New Jersey. So, draft lottery time. We obviously don't really have any draft picks. I traded a lot of them to get that number 2 overall pick, which obviously secured us LeBron James. And you know what? I'm not regretting it in the slightest right now. All right, head coach time. Oh, boy. This is going to take a while. I hate the new head coach system. It really sucks. I'll be back. I found Byron Scott. We're bringing him back. Obviously, there's no reason to move on from him or get a different head coach. He just won Coach of the Year for the 2nd straight season. And we went 73-9 and won a championship. So we do have the 29th overall pick in round 2. I'll see who 2K kind of drafts for me. Gerald May. You know what? He's a roster spot. Team player options. Ronnie Lopez. Sure, why not? I don't know why I thought that was Robin Lopez at first. Adam Harrington. No, probably not. I don't think I need to bring him back. All right, free agency. We got Kenyon Martin here in free agency. He's obviously a huge priority for us, and he's somebody that I definitely like to bring back, and he wants to come back. Jason Collins is a free agent. We do not have any sort of rights on him. Oh, wait, yes, we do. Why am I talking? I know. All right, cool. Welcome back to the team, both of you. We're not going to make any major changes to this team. Maybe new backup point guard, but other than that, I'll probably just leave it because there's really no reason to change anything. So, who are the point guards here? Chris Giles III. Any relation to Harry Giles? I don't know. Brevin Knight, Charlie Ward. You know what? Let's sign Chris Giles III. Welcome to the team here in New Jersey. I'll see you guys at the start of the third and final year. We are fresh off a championship in here at the start of the third and final season in New Jersey. This is obviously probably one of my best teams that I've had in a historic rebuild, and it's a super fun one at that. It's Jason Kidd, Richard Hamilton, LeBron James, Kenyon Martin, and Yao Ming. Bench unit, Chris Giles III, Jason Collins, Edmund Brown, Cherokee Parks, and Rodney Rogers. He regressed a little bit, but you know what? It's fine by me. I'll see you guys at the end of the third and final season, hopefully with another championship. In just his second season in the NBA, LeBron James gets his first career MVP. He's just under 25 points. He had 6.5 rebounds, 7 assists. Yeah, I think we hit on the draft pick. Dwight Howard, Rookie of the Year, is in New Orleans. God, that's interesting to see. Eddie Curry, Sixth Man of the Year. Shaq wins Defensive Player of the Year. Eddie Curry also wins Most Improved. We go 73-9 again on Byron Scott. Third straight year of Coach of the Year. Yeah, we're doing something right here. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. I meant to look at standings. Excuse me. 73-9, 19 games up in the Miami Heat. So it'd be fun to have a little LeBron versus D Wade, maybe Eastern Conference Finals, something like that. Maybe along the lines. Take a look at the number. Oops, that's not. What the fuck? Oh hell no! Just. Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ! I don't need to look at an analytics tool. All right, LeBron, Rip Hamilton, Kenyon Martin, Yao Ming, Jason Kidd. His scoring has gone down significantly since our first season here, but we've also kind of built this team up a whole lot better than it was at the start. We got the Atlanta Hawks here in round one. Jason Terry, Ronald Murray, Jermaine Wallace, Sharif Abdul-Rahim, Rafe LaFrentz. All right, let's see if we can get by the... Oh, what the hell? Let's see if we can get by the Atlanta Hawks here in the first round. It's so cool, like, just looking at all these older logos and just seeing, like, how many teams just absolutely fumbled the bag. Like, how did the Pistons change their logo from, like, what it used to be? Obviously, these jerseys kind of suck. But that logo is pretty cool, and obviously the older logo as well. To what they are now. This is obviously a really talented team as well. They got Manu Ginobili on that squad. I don't know. I feel like there was just so many downgrades in the league. Like, the Jazz, that one sucked. There's just a ton that were bad in general. And, well, that's the NBA. We got the Bucks here in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's a team we've faced a couple times now. They beat us year one. We beat them last year. And I'm trying to see if we can maybe win the series and maybe get a second championship. We're up 3-2 right now. We close them out, and we got a rematch of last year's finals with the San Antonio Spurs. They finally are starting Jermaine O'Neal. I'm not really sure why they weren't last year. And this is a pretty good team. We do win game one. We also win game two. I'd like to close them out pretty easily. And we do just that. As LeBron James wins his first Finals MVP in the same year that he won his first regular season MVP, all at 20 years old. Well, I would say this rebuild was a huge success. We obviously built a really good, really fun team. This was a pretty good team to kind of start out with, to start the video out with, obviously. I've had worse teams, and I definitely will have worse teams. But I enjoy doing historic rebuilds. It makes it a little bit more fun than just seeing the casual rebuild every single day. So we'll probably rip off a couple of these in a row throughout this week. Let me know which ones you want to see down below in the comment section. Of course, if you guys are new around here, have not yet subscribed to the channel, we'd love to have you. But other than that, man, let me know if you think this is my best historic rebuild team yet, because I definitely think it is. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.